Welcome back. Now, 1 in 5 adults in the UAE has diabetes, and the country has the second highest prevalence of the disease in the world. Diabetes has been closely linked with obesity. So as the new year sees the start of many fresh, healthy resolutions, how can individuals break away from unhealthy fast food addictions to maintain a more fit lifestyle? Well, we're today joined by Michael Booker, Director and Managing Partner of Freshii Dubai. Welcome to the show today.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Now, the government really is pushing towards this diabetes issue. I mean, what sort of advice have you got for people that are trying to kick these unhealthy eating habits?
My first piece of advice would be come down to Freshii and try the food. You'll be absolutely shocked about how good, healthy food can taste. I think that's the real trick that Matthew Korn, the CEO, has been able to fix in the idea that people have with healthy food, is that healthy food has to be really expensive, has to be dry, chunky bars of protein and all sorts of strange shakes, but it doesn't really. We put together healthy ingredients together in a way that is very enjoyable for everyone.
Nice. So, I mean, there really is an addiction. As soon as you go to these fast food places, there's lots of grease and butter and all the rest of it, that really, it can be very addictive. So it's literally moving, having that shift, isn't it, towards...
That's right, yeah.
I mean, it's a different attitude as well, isn't it, really? So what do you think needs to be done within the industry here in the UAE, do you think?
Well, I think that Dubai's main issue is that they've had a sudden growth, right? Massive growth in the last 5-10 years. And that means that all the businesses are really easy to kickstart, come over quickly. And the people always flock to the things that they already know. And being healthy takes a little bit of an education. And I think it's just something that Dubai has to catch up on. They're going to get a little bit of education from Freshii. We publish everything that we make on our website, and all the ingredients are listed with their calorie content. But that information in and of itself isn't very helpful unless you know what that means to you. So there's a little bit of education that's going to have to be required for people to do. And then once they figure that out, they're going to start to go, wow, so this 500-calorie meal, this is good for me, apparently, but then I have 1,200 calories in a large fry at McDonald's. That seems like there's a disparity there. So after a while, you start being educated a little bit and you start to make the better conscious decisions.
There's also this huge issue with food prices as well. Like, if you want to eat healthily, you're going to have to pay the price as well, aren't you?
That's right. I always like to say that our number one competitor is the people who cook at home, because that's the closest thing that you can get to being able to control exactly what goes into your body. But one of the things that Freshii as an establishment has is the economies of scale. So we have more purchasing power because we use 3 different vendors to choose from. We get very competitive prices for when we buy our stuff in bulk and things like that. So compared to the groceries where you go and you'll find some, like a whole head of broccoli, you only need a little bit and it doesn't last that long. For us, we'll go through 3 or 4 heads in an hour, so we need a lot of it. So,
I mean, there's also this issue of food prices, global food prices, that are forecast to rise as well. I mean, how's that affecting you?
Well, it's going to be a challenge in the next coming year for us to be able to control that. Yeah. We've looked at the 3 different main suppliers of produce in the region, and we just try our best to buy as competitively as we can to keep the cost down for the customers.
Yeah, definitely. So, and are your sort of future plans for expansion as well? What sort of market is there in the UAE?
We look around in all the areas where there's a high prevalence of pedestrians, right? We have 90% repeat business at our DIFC store. When somebody eats at Freshii and they make the conscious decision to eat healthier, we see them 3 and 4 times a week. So we have loyalty programs which cater to that. So I look for areas in Dubai where there's a lot of people who are there for the lunch crowd, right? Because we do 60% of our business over lunch. So I want to see an area like JBR would be nice. Locations in Media City where they're really, where there's a lot of people who are there every single day who say, you know what, I'm not going to splurge today. Today I'm going to be responsible, and I'm going to look at my body and I'm going to say, hey, I want to be healthy. I want to make it those extra 10 years, those 20 extra years. So I want to eat better.
Very exciting stuff for you, though, definitely.
Yeah,
well, thank you so much for coming in and chatting with us.
Thanks for having me.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
And after the break, we take a look at independent music talent in the UAE.